Robert Downey Jr. is talking about a return as the MCU's Iron Man, an X-Men movie is in development at Marvel Studios, and Harry Potter is rumored, again, to have a new movie in development. BD here with your second printing of the week's biggest issues at Comicbook.com, and we gotta make this quick, everybody, because by now, by the time you're watching this, I'm probably rewatching the WandaVision finale, or Raya and the Last Dragon, or Chaos Walking in a movie theater, and probably a cut of Zack Snyder's Justice League, because your boy has some pretty important interviews coming up next week. Shh, don't tell anybody. Let's get to the news.
It's what we've been waiting for our whole lives.
Robert Downey Jr. was once again asked if he will return as Iron Man in an interview this week, and he said, "Never say never." There's obviously no plans for this right now, but it'll be hard for him to say no to that money truck somewhere down the line, I bet. I'm a bit torn on this because Tony Stark was a ton of fun to watch as the playboy philanthropist, but then he settled down, became a father, a responsible adult. He completed his arc, which was also fun. I love him 3000, but I am nervous about a comeback.
Why would you be?
A report from the Illuminati claims Marvel Studios is developing an X-Men movie, but it's not called X-Men, it's called The Mutants. If this turns out to be true, then maybe they're going the Avengers route and introducing some characters before they form up and become the X-Men in the MCU. And then again, maybe that's not actually the title, or maybe this news isn't real, maybe it is. Who knows what's true these days? I'm still thinking about the fact that John Krasinski sat there and saw himself trending on Twitter over WandaVision, knowing full well he wasn't even in the show, and he didn't say a word. A new Harry Potter movie is reportedly in the works at Warner Brothers, and this time it's supposed to be adapting The Cursed Child. Never saw the play or learned the full story on that one myself, mostly because all the Harry Potter fans I know told me not to, so they're making a movie out of it. Let's be honest, I'm gonna watch it if they bring back the OG cast. I'm gonna watch it.
Whatever it takes.
I talked to Hiram Garcia this week. If you somehow don't know who that is, long story short, he produces pretty much all of The Rock's movies and runs stuff in production at $7 Productions, and he told me some stuff. First of all, Black Adam is really, truly, finally actually starting production in Georgia in April. If you remember correctly, The Rock was cast during this movie back during Prohibition, so it's nice to see that get started. He also told me the team has been working on Jumanji 4, and they have a really big idea for it, which is great, because I love the other 3 movies, and yes, there's 3 Jumanji movies. Don't you ever disrespect the Robin Williams original from 1995 again by asking if there's already been 3, and he also told me that Hobbs and Shaw has a sequel. It's still on the way, and he hinted you might see Luke Hobbs and or Deckard Shaw cross back into the Fast and Furious movies that have 3 left. Gonna be an awkward moment for Shaw when he finds out Han is still alive.
Think you was gonna get me? Mother huh?
Zack Snyder's Justice League is less than 2 weeks away. Invitations to the virtual premiere went out, and I was fortunate enough to get one, but I recognize this is for fans who made it possible, so I responded to my invitation by asking if I can pick a fan to virtually bring with me. Fingers crossed that works out. In the meantime, individual character promos for the 4-hour epic are making their way out, and it's time to start training for sitting in one place for 4 hours without moving. I don't care if you can pause it. No bathroom breaks during this one. I'm talking to Zach this week, so if you have a question for him, let me know. While on the DC front, Superman and Lois is getting a 2nd season on the CW, and that's dope because that show, it just flat out had a really good premiere, and I'm down to stick with it if the quality keeps up like that. And finally, shout out to Twitter for trolling Spider-Man No Way Home for making them a bio that says Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in the movie. Literally not even the bird from Twitter believes Tom Holland when he says they're not in this movie. That's where we're at. And that is your second printing of the week's biggest issues at Comicbook.com. Let me know, do you think Robert Downey Jr. should return as Iron Man in the MCU? Drop it in the comments or hit me up on Instagram at Brandon Davis BD. And if you want to talk about the WandaVision finale, go hit the Phase Zero podcast. We recapped the final episode, and next week we will have WandaVision director Matt Shakman on the show live to talk about the entire show. Thanks to all of you who have subscribed and made that possible. I'm BD. I'll see you there.